There is an AI video platform that more people need to be talking about. Flova AI. Now, this platform is great because it actually aggregates the various image models and video models and helps guide you through the process of coming up with a completed content asset. And so if you're looking to do an ad for a product or a service that you have, or you're looking to replicate a viral video that you've seen in order to increase your marketing, Flova AI can help you get there. And so when you come onto the platform, you have this canvas here, and it has one of the chat boxes that you see in the composer that you put in your statement or query into, your prompts into. Now, here is what the final product can look like. So the example that I showed you and that I tested this on is actually one that was for my mobile app, Still Meditation. It's a meditation app that allows you to generate meditation music from scratch simply through prompting. Now, Flova AI is a perfect tool to create content assets. In this case, it's a UGC AI kind of content asset to promote that concept of stillness and meditating. And there's actually a viral video that I did, a video that I did that went viral, and it was an anomaly from other videos I have. So here's my Still Meditation TikTok profile, and you can see I have a lot of kind of carousel posts, and they range in their views, but usually in the kind of like the 500 to 1,000 view range, I'd say is like solid for those videos. But I had a content format that I did called raw dogging boredom, and you can see here, it got over 100,000 views from this format. This was only the second time I had done it. The first time, I think it was maybe 60, 70,000 views. So it's a trend that's actually been going on social media on this concept of raw dogging boredom, and it's great for meditation apps. So I decided to see, can I recreate something like that with a Flova AI? And I tried it before with other platforms and using other models, and always had a lot of challenges. And so I want to show how I went about that process with Flova AI, and then I actually want to get into how you can actually leverage agents in order to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you as well through what is called the Flova AI CLI, the command line interface, where you can give instructions to an AI coding agent and it'll do all the work for you. So the way this is set up is you have the composer. You come on the screen, you have the composer, and then you simply type in your prompt. And so what I typed in is I gave it a reference image to start. And that reference image was the video from my TikTok. And I said, here is a reference image for a viral video promoting a meditation app. I said, the concept is raw dogging boredom. I'd like to recreate this as an AI UGC video using Seed Dance 2.5. Use the skill, and there's something within Flova. You have these agent skills, and so if you click right here, the skill, you can actually see a list of different skills that you can use. And these skills are basically repeatable processes that have been bottled up in a way that is very easy to use. So you have this reference to video skill right here. Use the skill reference to video to create a storyboard / plan to recreate the video. And so you have different skills. There's actually a skill section in Flova AI, but by using this particular skill, it'll actually go ahead and help you recreate specifically for recreating a video from a reference, a video that you have. So then you will go ahead, you click generate, and then it will bring you over to this sort of project area. So I'm actually going to go straight to the area where I was putting this together. And you have this canvas mode, right? At the bottom left, you just click this canvas mode. It's what it'll bring you to. And you'll see this chat box on the right where you can actually chat and communicate back and forth with and talk things through. And so you provide that information, right? As you saw, I typed in the chat, and then it uses the skill, and then it goes through the process of parsing the different frames of the video, and then it's completed it. So it completed a video spec, and it called it Stillness is a Challenge, a 38-second 9:16 vertical. And so I'm going to use this for TikTok or Instagram. It has you review it, and so then you go ahead and you review what it came up with, what characters are used, things of that nature. I have made an adjustment to say, can we use a particular demographic of a person? I also attached the screen from the app itself. I ended up not using it, but to just add more to the video. And then it revised the spec. And so you're able to kind of do this back and forth with it to get to what the product you ultimately want to be, the content product or content asset you want it to be. And that's the beauty of Flova AI, in that it is not just putting the prompt through, but you can actually work through in a very practical way. And so it created a storyboard that you could then go and review and see if you resonate with it. And then I adjusted the demographic. And so what I found is that the time-lapse raw dogging meditation video is kind of difficult to actually do. And it was difficult specifically because of the timer actually going down. So I had to also use Canva and CapCut in this experience. So I went over to Canva and I added in a second video where I just cropped out just the clock and had the clock added to the UGC creator meditating. And then I finished it up in CapCut. And so that is how it works with Flova AI. You go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And the beauty is it doesn't use your credits when you are just making like very simple like chat comments or you're discussing anything, right? It's primarily using the credits when you actually render a video. You do the actual rendering. So that's the first aspect of this, right? Using Flova AI, I mentioned you have this canvas, you have your projects that you can look at, the generator, which is what you saw also on the home screen. It's also displayed there. You have your asset library where you can create different assets to put into your videos. We talked about the skills, and you can actually create your own skills as well. And those are the important aspects to what is on the UI. Now you also have Flova CLI, as I mentioned, and this is something that you can install into your coding agents. Now we're going to go ahead and do this process together. The CLIs are very exciting. Whether you're using an MCP, Model Context Protocol, which I look at as like plugins for your AI agents, or CLI, which is communicating directly with your computer's terminal. And they serve very similar functions in that you're providing instructions and the access to the platform to the agent so that they can do a lot of the heavy lifting. All the clicking around that you do within the UI, the agent with these CLIs can now go ahead and produce the content asset. So in order to set it up, you have to create an API key. I'm going to go ahead and generate an API key. You want to make sure to keep that protected. And then we're going to copy this command right here into our coding agent of choice. All right, so I have my API key now, and then I'm going to go over to Cursor. So I'm using Cursor. I actually have a folder within Cursor for the content that I do for this meditation app in particular. And so I'm going to open up in Cursor a new terminal, and I'm going to copy and paste in the command. So over in Cursor, I'm here. I actually have Codex, OpenAI's Codex installed here. I have it opened up within the terminal in Cursor. I like the presentation of using the coding agents like Codex or Claude Code within Cursor, and then you can have your files easily visualized. You have the Cursor Composer on one side as well if you want to use Cursor natively, and then you can have a Claude Code or a Codex central in the terminal. So I have Codex right there, and then I copy and paste to set up a prompt. please help me install Flova CLI. So to go ahead and install that, and then we'll be able to see what its actual capabilities are. All right, so once the installation is complete, after putting in the command, it'll literally go ahead and do it all for you. You just have to accept the authorization so that the agent can have access to your actual Flova account. So now here's what we can do. I'm going to learn more about what the capabilities of the CLI are. So I've just installed the Flova CLI. Can you tell me what all the capabilities of this Flova CLI are? What kind of things can we do with it? So saying it's using the newly installed Flova skill as the source of truth, then it'll map the CLI into practical workflows, what it can create, inspect, and revise, manage, and export, including what its limitations are. All right, so saying Flova is essentially a project-centered AI video production studio. And all right, summarizing it all here. So an AI video production studio, we describe the creative goal in natural language, provide source material, review outputs, and iterate within one persistent project. It's a full video production, stage production, standalone assets, source material workflows, creative iterations, project inspection, all the things. So a few examples of requests: we could create a 30-second vertical meditation video about letting go with soft watercolor visuals and a calm female voice. Turn this script and brand guide into a Apollo 16:9 product explainer. Create the storyboard first and wait for my approval. Generate 3 visual directions. Keep the approved shots. Branch this project. Flova does not directly deliver burnt-in captions, subtitle tracks, or subtitle files. It can preserve subtitle copy and timing notes as project material, but caption rendering requires a separate step or tool. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to paste in the finished product from CapCut. I'm going to export that, open this folder. Let me just make sure it's the full thing. All right, and then we're going to go in and we're going to paste this video in. I'm going to say, so I've included a recent video that I did with Flova as a reference video now for this concept of raw dogging while boredom and I want to create another meditation video, and I want to feature a different character for the video. Basically this video, I want to sort of source different ideas around promoting a meditation app called Still Meditation. All right, so then I'm actually going to take an image of an AI agent I've been incubating for some time. I call it Agent Adds Up. So I'm going to say, so I've attached the image with the woman in the blue hoodie for who should be featured in this video. I want us to go ahead and source some ideas first before moving forward. And what you'll find using a CLI is that like now you have this thinking partner with you in this process. So if you have any sort of creators block and you're stumped on what should you create, how should you create it, in what manner, now with the CLI, it can actually do a lot of that work for you. You're mostly thinking with it, providing the vision, and then it can carry it out that way. So what it's going to do now is saying it's going to use the Flova skill that it created in this process of the installation of the CLI for a brainstorming only first stage, inspect the reference video and portrait, create one project, upload both as creative references, and ask Flova for several distinct still meditation campaign concepts. I'll explicitly fence off storyboard, asset, audio, and video generation until you choose a direction. So now it's going through that process, and once it's done, we will continue. All right, so the plan has finished. It's gone through each of the steps. It says Flova completed the concept using both references. Nothing has been generated beyond ideas. No storyboard, script, images, audio, or video. Here are the 6 directions. So let's go through them. Boredom is back. No content, strongest social concept. An intentionally anti-content video set in a laundromat. Nothing dramatic happens. She gradually notices the spinning clothes, reflected light, and ambient sounds. Nothing to watch, everything to notice. The urge wave. She experiences playful phantom notifications and the physical urge to catch her phone, but watches each impulse pass. The 7-minute rebellion. Strongest campaign platform. Stylish manifesto. No scrolling, soundtrack, podcast, or productivity. The 7 minutes with no input. Reclaim 7 minutes. Your brain's loading screen. While waiting somewhere mundane, she resists filling the silence. Minimal loading graphics. Reframe boredom as necessary mental processing time. Through the plot twist, strongest emotional concept of the video keeps teasing a dramatic playoff, but the plot twists are tiny moments. She notices wind, laughter, light changing in her own smile. Stay for your own life. I think I like that last one. It recommended number 2, no content. It's culturally sharp, native to short form social media, involves reference videos. Sit with nothing mechanism without copying its countdown timer or living room composition. The blue hoodie would also provide a strong visual anchor against a repetitive laundromat environment. The alternative with the most long-term campaign potential is number 4, 7-Minute Rebellion. Well, you know what? So it's between number 2, 4, and 6 for stylish manifesto. No scrolling soundtrack. Number 2 is intentionally anti-content video set in laundromat. Nothing dramatic happens. She gradually notices the spinning clothes, reflected light, and ambient sounds. You know, we could do number 2. Let's do number 2. And then we could develop this. All right. So well, first of all, I think I'm actually going to change the model. So /model, I'm going to change it to, I wanted to change it to GPT-6 medium, just because, so we can get this going a little bit faster, and medium is solid. So I'm going to say, let's move forward with number 2. Advance the existing project. Next review gate, turn no content into a production ready 20 to 30 second vertical treatment script time storyboard. The blue hoodie woman and laundromat premise will stay fixed, and I'll block all image, audio, and video generation until you approve the plan. All right, so now it's creating a plan with that second idea that we have. So you see it taking you through each of the different sort of steps in the process of creating this whole content asset at the end, and it's doing a lot of that heavy lifting for you. You're just communicating your ideas and your vision to it. All right, so you see here it says completed a 25-second 11-shot treatment and created it as a project document. Still hasn't done the assets yet, and is retrieving the document so that it could show us the plan as a report, show us the plan rather than report that it exists. All right, so here we have it, the whole sort of storyboard going from 0 to 25 seconds, and you can even open up the project in Flova. So you see our content assets there, and you see on the right side here everything that's been discussed so far. All right, so if you wanted to go ahead and make any changes, you could do so. Going back into the CLI, we're going to go ahead and just approve recommended version. So then it'll actually go ahead and now start creating the frames for the video. All right, so all 11 keyframes generated and delivered successfully. Character identity, navy hoodie, earrings, laundromat palette, and vertical composition are broadly consistent. No video or audio has been generated. All right, so it looks at some details that need to be improved. Minor hand distortion in the app tap frame. The stripped sock looks too static, slightly artificial neck smoothing in one profile. So it actually will help you iterate on it to improve on it. Not just like adding stuff, but actually correcting things. I recommend fixing these now. The changes are small and will reduce visible artifacts once animated. Fix the 3 flagged details recommended. Approve all keyframes as is. Revise selected frames. Tell me which previews and what to change. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say fix the 3 flagged details. All right, so here we are. All 3 corrections made. Resolve the flagged issues. App tap, hand anatomy and gesture look natural. The striped sock clearly communicates drum rotation. The profile frame has more natural neck and skin texture. Approve the full set and begin video shot generation. So if you go into Flova now, you'll be able to, let me reload this. You can now see all of the different frames, everything that's been drafted together. It's created a whole storyboard. It has media assets that it's worked on, and this is everything that you would have had to orchestrate yourself, right? You would have had to coordinate all of this yourself through the chat, of course, but now a lot of the thinking around it, it's actually able to do it for you. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead now and approve the full keyframe set and begin video shot generation, and then go ahead and the generation. All right, so it says requires confirmation before spending 1,000 credits on 11 silent motion clips. Spend 1,000 credits, generate 11, stop without spend. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll generate this. I realized we didn't actually choose which model we're using. I'm kind of curious, which model are we using? All right, so use a Seedance 2.5 through Flova's multimodal to video workflow configured to output at 720p 916 for context. Keyframes Nano Banana 2, Gemini 3.1 flash, image, video clips, Dance 2.5 480p, 720p output, future voice generation if approved. Seedance 1.0, the pending 1,000 credit confirmation specifically for generating the 11 Seedance clips. It remains unchanged and unapproved. All right, I'm gonna say confirm. All right, so it looks like we, the process got stuck and then it was able to recover the clips. So we have all the clips except shot 5. So if we were to go in, and look, we'd be able to see what all the shots are, and if we even need shot 5 in the process, whether we should just go with the 10 that we have. I'm just gonna go ahead and say let's just continue forward. So I'm gonna just paste this in, and then it's gonna proceed to voiceover, sound design, and actually assembling the clips together. All right, so the video has now rendered. 25-second vertical master clip. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to see what it came up with.
Nothing to watch, everything to notice.
So this is actually pretty good. So in a video like this, I could have used one of the screens from the app, and it would have been a better sort of, I guess, narrative, so that they actually see the screen from the app. But from this, you get the understanding of how to use these, that you literally provide the agent with access to the platform, and then it can go ahead and it can actually do the hard work for you. Now, I also want to mention that I have a link in my description. If you use it, you will get 100 free credits instantly, and you also get 200 credits for every new user you invite to use the platform. And as you can see, Flova is not just another AI video generator or another all-in-one platform. It's actually an AI native video agent that helps you plan, organize, review, iterate, and produce videos within a single creative workflow. Instead of starting from scratch every time, Flova keeps your project context, helps you explore multiple creative directions, refine individual shots, and turn successful workflows into reusable production systems. If you're creating AI ads, short films, viral videos, or series content, Flova lets you spend less time managing tools and more time making creative decisions. And as you can see, you can also have your agent do the steps that Flova recommends and execute the skills that you can create within Flova. And so with that said, it's time to stop juggling AI tools and start creating in one intelligent workspace.